What's up, y'all? So, this one's going out to my buddy who just told me I should make some videos for the people on YouTube to show them what we do every day. So here we go. I'm going to start out with the one that kind of set the pace for the day, kind of set the pick. And looking at that chart, you know how much I love a VWAP, blue line, our multi-day VWAP. And you know I love a stock that breaks your VWAP, breaks your opening range, breaks your multi-day VWAP, and keeps on going. You're probably looking at this chart thinking, damn, you must have had a good day. Well, not exactly. So this stock is Kron. You know, it's been one of my winners over the last couple of years. Haven't owned it for a while since it got into the 20s and decided to get out because I cashed out of my entire portfolio. I'm only a day trader now. Last position I had on was Ameren short for a couple of days. And we'll get to that in a second. But here's a chart that, again, I'm looking to buy this stock, but started plummeting right off the bat and broke 1750, broke yesterday's low. So at this point, you got to be thinking, this thing might be headed down to 15. I won't show you the long-term chart, but take it from me, there's a little bit of a area that needs to be tested down there at 15 and change. But again, I only do what the stock tells me to do. And once something gets over the VWAP, I know shorts don't like to see that. And what they don't really like to see is the stock breaking over the VWAP and going green on the day. So you're thinking, man, how'd you blow this trade? Well, first of all, I chased it a little bit here on my first buy at right around 1798. And once it didn't break the whole number immediately, I decided to give myself, again, I thought a 15-cent stop was pretty good for a $17 stock. And as soon as I let go of the button, whippity wham, I'm out of the stock for a quick $130 loss right there. Fantastic. And then as it proceeds to break 18 without me, I started getting all pissed off. And then next thing you know, it goes back below the 18. So I wasn't feeling so bad until this move got me back up to 1825. And then when it rallied back to break 1825, I still didn't buy it because I was a little angry about not being in it from my original entry. And then, fucktard that I am, I waited till all the way up here at around 1865 to buy it. And yeah, it was profitable for about a minute. And then it started to fall back and then rolls over. And guess what? Wound up getting stopped out for another $150 loss. Fantastic day, right? So here I'm looking at a chart and I just kept getting into it at the worst spot using a 15-cent stop and lost money on it. Ironically, a few of our members who love the VWAP range breaks were still in it long from here and asking me how I blew the trade. And I said, hey, you know what? It happens. I was sleepwalking. I was looking at other things. And I just got into this at the wrong time. But then, because Kron was doing so well, I went to go take a look at some of the other wheat stocks. This one's VFF. Very similar chart. At least this one, I didn't blow. This one, once it broke the VWAP, broke the opening range, and then broke the multi-day VWAP, I got in here, and this time on the $13 stock, I decided to give it at least 25 cents of room to go. I saw where it pulled back to $12.97, but in this case, didn't have to worry about it. Bought it at $13.25, starts rocking, and if you know my style of trading, right at $13.50, I'm already selling some of the position. Sold some here at $13.75, and then as it's moving up towards 14 at $13.99, completely out of the position. But good thing is that I just made back all the money and then some that I lost on the Kron. So now that that wheat stock had worked, I blew the Kron trade, I got the VFF, let's go on and check a look what's going on with Tilray, right? T-L-R-Y. Because if the wheat stocks are going to start coming back, why don't we get involved? Once again, this was a little bit later in the day, all right? But we had our eye on it. And again, here's your little triple top there above the multi-day VWAP. So when it pulled back, I thought maybe this would be going back below the VWAP, but next thing you know, we're breaking that triple top. We're buying it here at 64.96 and quickly got paid about $1 on this trade. Simultaneously, while we had the Tilray, we said why not buy the entire index. We got the MJ, and you'll notice that most of these charts are exactly the same. This is our multi-day VWAP, how it just kept hitting it and 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 hitting it. So finally when it broke it, we're buying it here at 35.98. And let me just show you, there was a 2-day VWAP on it at 35.30. So in this case, we're buying it. We're buying it. We should have been buying on the 1-minute little break right there, but we waited a little bit while, wound up buying it 36.98 on the first multi-day VWAP. And then if you scroll down, using our second multi-day VWAP, it had a target of 36.30. So we're buying it here at 35.97, selling it at 36.30. Pretty sweet trade, but that wasn't the real moneymaker of the day. The real moneymaker was APHA. Let me just try to pull that one up for you. APHA. The reason this was the real moneymaker was that we were able to load up on this one because it's a very cheap stock. So again, very similar chart. Most of these stocks were trading in kind of baskets. If one stays strong, they generally get all strong. So we stuck with the weed stocks. And again, here we are trying to break down under the VWAP. And then once it got over this small range, I started buying it here at $9.10. But right here at $9.18 is when I decided to get completely absurd with it and bought a meaningful position, looking for it to get to the multi-day VWAP, which the other two trades did follow. So here you got the 1 minute. Here's your 1 minute to the 1 day. And as it broke back above the multi-day, you had a double top break through the multi-day. And if you look at our 2-day multi-day, it gave us a target of 931. So very similar to the MJ trade. We had a in, plus we had a target, and we had a pretty cheap stock here at 918. So we're loading up the boat here at 918, looking for 931. At the time, it was at 933. We got to 933, and we dumped the whole thing. And pretty damn good trade on that one. So that was our day right there. We pretty much, we lost $300 rather, absurdly on the Cron, but then made it back on the MJ, the, let's call it the Alpha, the Tilray, MJ, Tilray, and the VFF. And then, of course, you know how much I despise that stock, Ameren. So we were looking at the Ameren. Once again, the standard operating procedure of this stock is that on any news, good, bad, indifferent, the stock seems to sell off its gaps. One of our best trades was an Ameren long about 3 months ago when they reported earnings. Oh no, I'm sorry, they had some news on a Friday. I think it was a pre-announcement, and then Monday morning it was gapped down, but had a dramatic comeback in the 12s or the 13s. One of our best trades of the year, actually, was a long trade on Ameren. So again, to all you psychopaths and wannabe scientists out there that think that just because I short a stock at 1925 to 1850, that I'm some sort of paid basher, I don't give a shit about your stock. I just trade price action. And this stock for 22 years has proven to be more often a short than a long. And that trend continued today. But again, I'm not smarter than the stock. When it was here at 1987, you had to be thinking this thing was going to 20. But of course, it promptly plummeted down $1 and then tried to make its comeback. And then at this point, you really should have been thinking pretty good about yourself. But then it starts to roll over, right? And then it's down at the halfway mark. So at around 1925, when it broke down under this peak right there, I shorted it at 1925, pretty much assuming it was going to at least test the VWAP and maybe make $100 on 1,000 shares. But this one was worked out a little bit better. Shorted it here at 1925, starts to roll over. As you know, I love covering at whole numbers, so 1925 to 19 we're covering. And then our multi-day VWAP, again, at this point was 1847, so that was our target for the rest of the day. And this was a grind, but we held a small lot all the way to the end of the day and covered it around basically 1850. So fantastic trade on Amarin today from 1925 to 1850, as well as some of those other trades. Pretty solid day, and that's all I do. I only trade reversals. I only trade range breaks around VWAP. I have no positions. And I don't intend on owning stocks with, again, I might own a stock from time to time, but it probably will be very, very short-lived. The days for investing right now, for me, personally, are over. I'll let my family be the investors. I just want to trade. I just want to show people how these VWAPs and multi-day VWAPs and range breaks have been very, very profitable. And they're very standard trades. They're pretty easy to follow and easy to find once you get down the knack on how to find them, what to be looking for, and where to enter and where to exit. And that's what I do on a daily basis. So if you want to come and join us, the room's free. All you got to do is email me at thewarlock@hitthebid.com. That's thewarlock@hitthebid.com. I will send you some instructions on how to get in. And of course, if you enjoy what we do, then we ask you to join our happy family. But you do get a month for free of staring at charts and hearing my charismatic, psychopathic banter about the market on a daily basis. And basically, I talk from about 9:15 to 12 o'clock. And usually, if you're still trading after 12 o'clock, you might be a degenerate. But aren't we all? Have a great night. I'll see you guys in the morning.